Okay, let's get started. We've got a beginning round here, which is simply a magic circle with 8 single crochets. So I'm doing a magic circle and then chaining 1 and making 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, all you need to do is cut that. I need to find some scissors, which is not going well. Oh, here we go. I have so many and couldn't find one. So cut that, fasten your ends, and I'll meet you back here for round, well, 1. Okay, so welcome back for this is what is called round 1. I'm not really going through what colours I'm using. I'll make sure I write them in screen or something so that you know, or maybe underneath. Okay, so we have 8 single crochets. And in these 8 single crochets, we're going to be doing clusters and chain spaces. So in each of the stitches, we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster, which is like 3 double crochets together but in the same stitch, and then a chain 2 in between. So I'm going to start with a standing stitch, so just yarn over and go into any stitch you want to go into, and don't complete that first double crochet, yarn over, another double crochet that you don't complete, so now you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then the third one, so yarn over, pull up a loop and go through 2. So now you will have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 4 loops on your hook. Now chain 2, and then we do this for every single stitch. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep on going and doing this. This is I wouldn't say an uncomfortable way of crocheting, but it's a different way of crocheting because I usually sit obviously with everything in my lap, and as you can see, this is not my lap. And also I'm trying to be more loose because Tess crochets really loosely, I crochet really tightly, and I'm consciously trying to be more loose in my tension, just simply because it's nice to try something new, because I obviously do some, I've just been doing it this way all the time, but it's good to try something new. So anyways, what has happened since I recorded the last thing I recorded? I'm trying to think. Oh yes, we've bought a puppy. Everyone's going, what? Yeah, we bought a puppy, but she's not ready. She's going to be ready at the end of September, and now it's still the beginning of August, but she's a beauty. So anyways, that's what I've done. What have you been up to? And Tess was saying, you're crazy, Kay, because 3 kids and now you're getting a puppy. And I'm like, yeah, we're getting a puppy, but the kids are thrilled and over the moon, and we're really excited about it. So it's going to be so much fun. So I've just enrolled us in a puppy school, because this puppy is going to, we're going to teach the puppy right stuff so that life is easier for us. But we need help with that because I don't know how to train a puppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's do the final one. Final cluster. 3. And then chain 2. Now you're going to cut your yarn and fasten it. As you can see, this is where we're going. So I'm doing the last one here so that I can show you know what you're going to be doing. Anyways, so I'm doing an invisible join, as I always do. I mean, I'm just thinking that maybe all of you watching this have already seen some of our tutorials and things, but you never know. This is obviously this amazing fun square that Tess has created out of first the butterfly effect, which is when she did the After Effects pillow, which was a load of these together, and then now she created the After Effect goes. I'm so sorry about that. That's happened now like a zillion times that my phone is full, but thankfully my husband was home and we looked at everything and I was like, how is it possible that I have like my whole phone is full of the messages that I send back and forth with people, and it was telling me, oh, you should, you know, delete messages that are more than a year old. And I was like, I don't want to do that because it's full of videos and pictures that people have sent out of their kids and of our kids. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then my husband was like, have you not connected it to iCloud? I was like, what? And I obviously had pictures connected to iCloud. I didn't know you could do that with messages. So now I'm hooked up to iCloud with my messages. So now things should be good. All right then. Okay, so enough babbling. Okay, just get on with it. Right, there we go. So that is the first round. So the 8 clusters and the chain spaces in between. So I'll meet you back here for round 2. There we go, guys, back for round 2. And for round 2 and round 3, I'm using the same colour, but I'm cutting the yarn in between, so I'll show you why. Okay, now we're doing, very simply, we're doing front post single crochets around all of the clusters and then 2 single crochets in the chain space. Now, because I like doing my invisible joins, I have a tendency as well to want to choose where to start, and that's why I'm going to start with a standing stitch, a standing single crochet, which will act as my second single crochet in one of these spaces. So I'm starting with a single crochet and then I'm doing a front post single crochet around that cluster. See how that pops when you do that? Beautiful. It's so much fun because obviously this beginning part of everything is my pattern from the butterfly effect, and it's so much fun crocheting this so many times because I really like the beginning of this. I think it's a really nice start. So a single crochet around each cluster and then 2 single crochets in the chain space on front post and then 2 in the chain like that. Oopsie, that's a bit too quick there, wasn't I? Okay, so you can see what's happening here, and actually as you can see, it kind of pops up a bit. It pops and it gets framed very nicely when you do it like this. So front post single crochet and then 2 single crochets. Oh, that's so nice. Now that my husband helped me sort out that hard drive issue on my phone, hopefully things won't just stop recording when I'm recording. It's happened in the last 2 videos or something. It's been really frustrating and I just don't feel so technically advanced when that happens. Alright, okay, see now, and I've done that final one here. So I'm doing a single crochet and we are back to the beginning. So I've got that one that I started with and that second one. So I'm going to cover that now that I do my invisible join. So cutting my yarn. And see, this is the thing, everyone does this differently. Obviously in this place you can also, you know, do a slip stitch into your first stitch and continue on if you're using the same color, but I like doing this. I just like it because it makes it very clear where the stitch is. I remember in the beginning when I started crocheting how I found it quite, I'm not going to really fasten them, I'm just going to put them like this because I'm going to continue. I remember finding it very difficult in the beginning when I started crocheting. These little things like where is the stitch, and I remember crocheting and sometimes doing more things in one stitch because I wasn't sure, have I been in this stitch or not. So once you actually understand and you know what to look for and what looks like, so much easier. But that's why I still like fastening off, because it will make it really easy to see that there's a stitch there. And that's just what I like. Okay, so I'll meet you back for round 3. There we go. Round 3, we're going to be squaring this baby out now. And we're going to be working half double crochets, chains, and single crochets to make this happen. Now you want to start in any front post single crochet, so above any of the petals, okay? You're going to be starting with a half double crochet. So I'm doing a standing one, which means yarning over, pulling up a loop. See, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarning over and going through all 3 loops. That's your standing stitch, all right? After this, we're going to be doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2. We're going to be chaining 2, 1, 2, and in the next stitch, 2 double crochets again. Now this is kind of what you would think is your corner, and it is at the moment. Next stitch, which should be your front post single crochet, half double crochet. Now you have these 2 single crochets, and in them you're going to do 1 single crochet, chain 1, and then another single crochet in the next stitch, like that. Now we're back to the front post again, where we're doing a half double crochet, and we're starting this again, so you can see what's happening here. So 2 double crochets. You'll have to pause me if I'm going too quickly, but the pattern is up on our homepage, so you can check it out over there in case you get a little bit confused. So 1 double crochet and then another in the same stitch, chaining 2. You can see how we're creating corners here now. And then we're back to the front post where we're doing a half double crochet. So in every single front post single crochet, you're doing a half double crochet, all right? And then we are back to this part here. So single crochet in the single crochet, chain 1, and then a single crochet in the single crochet. Back to front post, so that means half double crochet, like that. And then these 2 single crochets, we're doing 2 double crochets, 2 in there, chaining 2. Sorry, I'm getting caught in my yarn all the time. And then 1 and 2 double crochets again. Then we're doing in the front post, we're doing again half double, and we're back to the single in the single, chain 1, single in the single, half double crochet, like that, and then doing 2 doubles. This is the last corner we're doing, 2 doubles, chain 2, and then 2 doubles. I guess some people use cameras when they're filming these things. Me and Tess, we use our phones. I mean, the phones that you can get now are, I mean, it's funny, I look at my first camera I had, and you know, obviously my phone now has so many more pixels. It's just such a better camera than a camera I bought. It's ridiculous. So much fun. Anyways, so when you've finished that, cut the yarn and fasten off. Now I'm going to start with the next round, which is the round where we're going to be connecting this one to those 4. I'm going to start off by showing you how to do it if it is your first one. There's a 4A and a 4B in the pattern, all right? Because obviously the first one you complete on its own, rather than fastening to anything, because you don't have anything to fasten it to. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten all of my little ends, and when I come back here I'm going to show you how we're going to get that in there, actually, like that. See you back in a minute. Alright, so we're back here for round 4A. I'm going to show you, as you can see, we're going to be attaching this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, okay? So I'm going to show you the start, which is going to be from here to there, And that, if you're doing around 4A, you'll just continue doing that all the way around. But when I come here, I'm going to start doing 4B, which is how you attach them, all right? So, you start in any chain 2 space, so in any corner, and you do a single, so I do a standing one, a single crochet, chain 2, and then a single crochet. That's your corner done. Now you're doing back post single crochets in the next 3 stitches. So go around your back post, whoops, around your back post, grab your yarn and do a single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. And now this is where if you look at them in the way that I made the butterfly effect, it's fun because this is where I switched corners. You thought this was going to be your corner, but I switched them and made them over here. So you're going to skip your next stitch, which is a single crochet, and in this chain 1 space in between the single crochets, you're going to first make a half double crochet, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, and then the same thing back, so 2 double crochets in the same space still, another double crochet, and then your half double crochet. All right, so that is your new corner done, you could call it. Get some more yarn out, which I'm gonna have to sort out, because look at that, what happened. There's a knot. You're gonna have to join me in untangling the knot. That was quick. All right, and when you've done that, you're gonna be skipping your next single crochet, and as you can see, it's kind of covered, so you don't really want to have to go in there, but you have your next 3 stitches here, and you're going to do back post single crochets around them. All right, now when you do I didn't say that last when you finish the last round, one of the things when you're doing, when you know, oh, that wasn't tight enough, when you know you're going to be doing, for instance, back post stitches, is when you're fastening from the round before, either you wait and don't fasten, or you make sure that you can go down as far down as possible. I went all the way into round the second round actually, or really far down in the stitch, because otherwise you might muck it up here, so it's really hard to get through and it will look a bit plumpy, bumpy, I don't know. Anyways, so as we can see, I've done that one. Let's do that one as well before we start attaching. So in the corner, you were doing a single crochet, chain 2, and then a single crochet, like that. Now, before we start attaching, we can still do our 3 back post stitches, which are 3 back post single crochets, like that. Like that. And now we come to our first attachment point, okay? So we're going to keep on going as we did before. Skip the single crochet, and in the chain 1 space we're going to do half of that bracket. So 1 half double crochet, 2 double crochets, and then a chain 1. Now we're going to drop our yarn, go through this piece over here where we're attaching it. Just pull our yarn through and do a slip stitch, right, to attach it. Now it's attached. We do that the rest of that bracket. So we're doing a chain 1 and then 2 double crochets, 1, 2, whoops, 2, and then that half double crochet, and then that's done. So we've attached the first one. So we're skipping the first stitch and then doing 3 back post single crochets around the next 3 stitches. I think this might have been where I fastened my yarn because it felt a little bit tight, even though I tried to be really careful. Oh, dropped it. 1, 2, and 3, and now we're attaching this little bit again. So what we're doing is the same thing. We're doing half of what's in that bracket. So we're doing a single crochet and a chain 1, dropping it again and going into this little space here that we've created over here. grab our yarn again, go through, slip stitch it to make sure that it's attached. Chain 1 and then do a single crochet in there again. 3 back post single crochets like that. And now we're at this fun bit again. Okay, so half of the bracket, so skip the stitch, go into that, chain 1, half double crochet, 2 doubles, chain 1, okay, pull it out, go through. I'm going to go through over here. You can see on the diagonal, you want to fasten them on the one diagonal to you. So we're just doing 4 now, but there you go. Fastening that, pulling it through, doing a slip stitch. It looks all messy, but it's not. Chain 1 and then continue to complete that bracket. So 2 double crochets, still in the same chain 1 space, and then your half double like that. And as you can see, we are getting everything attached now. Okay, and then we are skipping that stitch, doing half double, not doing a half double, Kela. We're doing 3 back post single crochets. Again, we're doing half of what's in the bracket, so single crochet, chain 1, and we want to attach it over here. So we're going to go over here, go through that space that we've got there, grab our yarn, pull it through, and chain 1, which is going to be a slip stitch, and then we chain 1 and do a single crochet in the same spot. Okay, we still have one more place. Oh, hang on, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Still got one more place to attach it, and then we're done. So 3 back post single crochet like that. 1, 2, and 3. We're doing, if you remember, in this chain space, sorry, I started thinking about something completely different. Single crochet, skip that, and then go into the space in between them. Half double, 2 doubles. Wow, dropped it. Ah. Chain 1, go into this space again, grab your yarn, pull it through, and do a slip stitch. Chain 1, and then 2 double crochets, almost there now peeps, and then 1 half double like that. And after that, skip the single crochet, do 3 back post single crochets, and we are back to the start. Now obviously, if you have a look at our homepage, Tess has done very clear instructions of this, of how to do them. I'm going to cut this now. She's done very clear instructions, so it's to how to attach it, where to attach it, and everything. So as you can see, when you've done your first one, you're attaching it in 3 places, yeah? Because you're attaching 1. So you're attaching it here, there, and there. And then you do another one. You're attaching that also just in 3 places, but diagonally across to this one. And then you get the last one, and that's where you're attaching it to 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now, look at that. We've got this whole square sorted out. And I think I might just block this before I keep going. I haven't done that when I did the, hang on, let me grab it. It's right behind me. When I did the After Effects pillow, I didn't block that, but I think I'm going to be blocking this before I continue. So I'll meet you back here after some steam blocking. Now, if you need to know how to steam block, you can just go to the link up there, and it will take you to a video we've got where Tess is steam blocking. So go check it out, and I'll see you back here for the next round, which I'm guessing would be round 5. Is that what we're calling it? Let me check. La. Actually, no, we're calling it round 1 because it is the frame for it. So I'll see you back for the border and the squaring out. There we go. It is blocked and looking very pretty, isn't it? You can see this. I think love this, like the diamond shapes that kind of pop out of this when you've blocked it. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna start working on round 1. And the fun thing is now, I haven't actually done this. Well, it's kind of like the after effect, I guess, but I haven't done this, so you're gonna be doing with this with me for the first time. So let's see how it goes now, shall we? Okay, so you're gonna start in any corner, and that's gonna be over here. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? And in that corner, chain 2 space, we're gonna do a standing single crochet, like that, then chain 2, and then another single crochet, like that. After that, I'm gonna have a look at the pattern because I'm gonna just go through with you. We're gonna be making chains here, fastening here, in that chain 2 space and in that chain 2 space, and then chains again going there and here, and that's what we're going to do all the way around. So okay, now it's a chain 5, checking my pattern as I go. 1 2 3 4 and 5, and in the next chain 2 space we're doing a single crochet, and that's here. So let's do a single crochet like that, and then it's a chain 4. 1 2 3 4. See how I'm being all loose now? In the next chain 2 space we're doing a single crochet like that, and then a single crochet. No, sorry, a chain, not a single crochet. It's a chain 1, and then a single crochet in the next chain 2 space. We're jumping over here, doing that, and I'm guessing another chain 4. 1 2 3 4. Single crochet up in this chain 2 space. Let's get in there like that, and then a chain 5. 1 2 3 4 5, and now we're back to our corner. So single crochet, chain 2, and then a single crochet like that. Okay, so see what we're doing here? It's gonna look really good. Okay, let's just keep on going. I'll go with you all the way around. 1 2 3 4 5, and then into this chain space we're going to do a single crochet, chain 4. 1 2 3 and 4. Go into this chain 2 space, do a single crochet like that, chain 1, and then go into the next chain 2 space there and do a single crochet. 1 2 3 4. Get some yarn out. See, now this is the thing, I've not, as I said in one of the other rounds, I haven't told you what yarn I'm using. It's the same as we've been using for quite many, 1 2 3 4 5. We've been using now for a long time, which is Yarn and Colours. It's Yarn and Colours must-haves. Really like working in this cotton yarn. I will give you a list of all of the different colours. That's it. Wow, I'm really losing my touch here with the language, aren't I? So yeah, God, it sounds terrible now. It's like I just woke up. Maybe I need to drink a tea. 1 2 3 4. Maybe that's what I need to do. Chain 1 and then go into the next one like that. 1 2 3 4. It's after this that we're gonna go granny square. You ready? 1 2 3 4 5. Just one. I'm doing in the same way that Tess has done it with this color. I think it looks really pretty. Like that. 1 2. Last side here now. So 1 2 3 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. La, 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 la. And then the last 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like that. Now, as we know, I will be cutting my yarn and fastening. If you don't want to do that, you will use a slip stitch and then probably a chain 1 to keep on going, or chain 2, depending on what's happening in the next round. I'm guessing it's going to be double crochets because we're doing granny square. And a classic one. So I think that's what's going to be happening. But I am going to fasten this, and I'm going to meet you back for what is called round 2. There we go, back for round 2, using the same colour. I didn't actually fasten this because I don't think there's a good way of fastening them, so I'm probably going to be wanting to fasten them in this round. So what we're going to be doing now is going to be working in only the chain spaces, all right? So we're going to be skipping everything else. So we're going to be working in the chain 5, chain 4, the chain 1, chain 4, chain 5, and also in the chain 2 in the corners. So we're going to start in the corner, and we're going to fit in 6 double crochets and a chain 3. So I'm going to start off with our 3 double crochets. Actually, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing. Every corner is going to have 3 double crochets, a chain 3, and then 3 double crochets, all right? But because when I do my invisible joins, I prefer to do them not at the end of chains. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to start off by doing 2, okay, 2 double crochets, starting with a standing one. That's 1, 2. So the last stitch we do is not going to be a chain, it's actually going to be the double crochet here. That would have been probably your starting one. But I'm starting with 2, chaining 3, and then going in the same space and doing another 3 double crochets, all right? 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be chaining 1, and now doing 3 double crochets in the chain 5. I need to get some more yarn. That's 1. Sorry, the mess of yarn that came with me here. Like that. 3, and then another chain. Going into the chain 4. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be chaining 1 again and skipping the single crochet and going into this chain space in between those single crochets, and again do 3 double crochets. I mean, obviously you can do granny squares, the traditional ones, in several different ways. I mean, you can chain in between, or you can do like 4 double crochets. I mean, you can obviously, it's all down to what kind of taste you have and what you like and how you want it to look. But we're doing 3 double crochets, we're doing a chain in between them, and then again 3 double crochets, like that, okay? So we've done that first row here. So we're just going to keep on going. So now we're going to chain 1, and this is the chain 1 I wanted to avoid to fasten with over here. So doing a chain 1, and then in the corner 3 double crochets, like that, and then chain 3. This is taking a lot more yarn than I thought it would. I have to grab more yarn. Whew. But I think it looks really pretty. I love these colours as well. They're a mix of the colours that we used in the butterfly effect, and it means that some of them I chose for my butterfly and some Tess chose for hers. And now we've kind of mixed and matched them to create these things for Granny Square Day, which is really fun. And hopefully you've seen the What Were You Thinking square, because that was so much fun to make. And that tutorial is hilarious. maybe you won't be laughing your bottom off, but it's really funny because obviously we designed every other row. So whenever we'd done the other person's round, we're like, what was this person thinking? How are we going to do this? So much fun. So do go check that tutorial out if you haven't yet. It's probably going to be a bit longer than this one, or maybe it isn't. Not sure. I haven't finished this one yet. I'm doing it now. So I don't know. Loads of editing and stuff to do. Granny Square Day is in 3 days because it's Monday today. So I'm hoping I'm going to get everything sorted. And obviously, these granny squares are, you know, great all year round, not just on Granny Square Day. But it's fun to celebrate a day that is close to our heart. It's very funny actually. I'd been talking about Granny Square Day both on Sisters in Stitch and on my own Crochet and K Instagram page, and my dad had seen it and he was like, so they heard you're celebrating something on Thursday, and I was like, yes, it's Granny Square Day. He's like, oh, is that made up? I was like, no, it's not made up. He obviously thought it was, but he thought it was really funny. He follows me and Tess religiously over on Instagram, which is very sweet, and also here on YouTube, I think. I think he is our #1 supporter. I would call him that because he's seen every single live. He sees everything that we do and cheers us on like crazy, loving what we are creating. So it's so much fun having that in your life, isn't it? It's amazing. Not everyone has it, and I'm very well aware of that. See, now we only have one side left. Starting that now. 1, 2, and 3. Whoopsie. 3. Chaining another 3. 1, 2, 3. Doing another 3 in there. Doesn't it look really, really pretty? I really love it. Again, I think I've said it before, but it cannot be said enough times. I think it's so much fun that the butterfly effect has spawned into so many other ideas. And it's been so much fun that Tess has been able to use it and actually run with it and find other things to do. Obviously Crochet Road, Joy from Australia has done also, hang on, why didn't anyone stop me? I missed that one, see, I missed it. Oh no, I have to frog. I guess you were probably in your, you were probably sitting behind the screen going, no, Kay, you've missed it. Thank God I saw that. That would have been very unfortunate. So let's keep on going. So anyway, so Crochet Road, our lovely Joy, did a Fab 5 granny square, and we realised, we talked about it yesterday, so, oh, we should have done that as well for Granny Square Day. We're going to have to do it really soon, a tutorial for that as well, because it's so beautiful. And yeah, it's nice when creativity can turn into more creativity with other people. I love that. I think it's really, really nice. 1, 2, 3. So now we are correct, right? Let's see. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? Sometimes you do need to double check, especially when you're chatting to people, like I'm doing now. There we go. So, what else is new? I'm not sure. I'm really happy that people really enjoyed our latest podcast. We were talking about knowing your worth. We've had several comments on that and messages that we've received afterwards, people thanking us for talking about this and also being very honest in our feelings and thoughts about it. And I listened back to it on the car when we came home from our holiday, and I thought it was a good episode, and also it made me laugh. Tess was very funny at one point with the whole the beep incident, and I can't really explain how that went out because I don't want to be banned from YouTube. Anyways, it was very funny, so go check out Know Your Worth if you do want to hear what Tess said and what she did. Was very funny. It's well worth it just going through that podcast just to hear that little piece. It's so funny. Now we're at the end, so I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to do that last or first, depending on how you want to see it, double crochet. See, now I'm going to cut and attach that, so I'll show you why I think it looks really nice. I mean, the thing is, like, I was doing some granny squares yesterday where you just go round and round and round, and obviously when you're doing the same color squares, it's easier to slip stitch and then obviously do like a chain start or a no chain start. However, when I'm doing it like this, I prefer to do it like this. But I will do, we have a complementary square for this. I'm going to record that as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to record that. And because we have that little square, I'll be able to show you what I do or how I do it when I do the chain starts, which I just think are just a way that you need to do them. Makes it easier. You won't really tell the difference. Unless you're Tess or me, or you probably, but it depends on how picky you are with things, because sometimes pickiness doesn't serve you. I mean, I've obviously, like, since I started crocheting, like, as much as I do now, I've gone from frogging a lot because I've like missed one stitch at like 5 rows back, frogging that because I'm such a perfectionist, to not actually doing that anymore, just simply because it's like I don't have the time. I have to make it work. Okay, so let's do round 3, and that's the final round for this. So I'll meet you back in a minute. I'm back, and it's the same color, so I'm gonna keep on doing the same color. And this is simply exactly what we just did before. So you're going to be working in only the chain spaces. You're going to be skipping all of these double crochets and just working in the chains. And we're going to be doing exactly what we did over here in this corner. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets. I'm going to start with the second double crochet. So I'm doing 2 like that, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 3, and that's my corner, okay, which is only going to be completed when I've finished this round. After that, you're going to be chaining 1, and then in the next chain space you do 3 double crochets, and that's the only thing you're going to be doing. So chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So you're skipping all of the double crochets, just working in the chains. I'm not sure I have to be explain it more to you. I'm going to go with you around though. So you see, you do the 3 double crochets, you chain 1 and then do 3. Keep going around like that. There we go, chain 1. Like this. And this is like when you're doing, my temperature blanket is in granny square stripes. Okay, so I do exactly what we're doing here. I'm not sure if I'm using chains in between. I forget because I haven't worked on it for such a long time. It makes me feel really bad. But I think I might not be using chain spaces in between. That's just personal preference. I've done it, usually I do a chain space in between when I just do granny squares. But with the granny stripes, stripes? I think I didn't. So granny stripes are basically granny squares, but you're just going back and forth and back and forth. So yeah, and that blanket, if you haven't seen it, is huge. Like, I'm not kidding. It's the biggest blanket on the planet. Completely didn't think about how large it was going to be when I started. And I haven't even, I think I've done more than half a year though. I need to finish it because now, as there's 5 of us in the family, soon to be 6 with the little puppy, we need a big blanket to keep us warm, all of us together in the winter time. So it's about time I finish it now. I remember actually last year at about this time thinking, if I do 1 row a day now, I'm actually going to be done before Flora is born. Then we didn't know she was Flora, we didn't know she was a she. But we now know that Flora is a Flora, we know that she is a she, and the blanket has not gone anywhere near of being finished. Anyways, there's always time somewhere. Always happy hour somewhere, right? Okay, so as you can see, we're doing, just keep on going all the way around, and it's going to be done pretty soon. Now, I blocked obviously my 4 middle ones simply because I do crochet tightly, tighter than Tess does, and I didn't want to crochet my chains too tightly because it might just pull the whole work together a bit too much, and I didn't want to risk that. I also blocked a complementary square, so we're going to see if they line up, and if they don't, I just need to block that complementary square a little bit more. Because I didn't actually stretch that a lot at all. I kind of just pinned it up to make it straight, so I didn't do that. However, what's happened here? Oh Lord. Sorry about that. This is one of those things I remember as a kid. I could sit and untangle things forever. I think that's actually quite soothing. Very strange. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we'll see how well that complementary granny square goes with this one. See if I need to block it more. That'll be exciting. 1. But that's the thing. As I said, I've been trying to do this really loosely. Really loosely. It's not really true, but looser than I usually do. Sorry, I'm not talking now, just working. I didn't really have anything to say, so I'm just going to keep on going. Just simply because I'm doing this to the end with you, because not that I think that you need it, because I think you obviously get how to do it, but it's just nice to see it finished and not, you know. I mean, if you get bored, you can still just click at the bottom probably and get to the end of it. Doo-doo-doo. So any puppy tips, by the way, that you have for when getting... I've had dogs all my life, but I can't remember them being a puppy because I was too little. So I don't remember things. I remember you have to really train them, unless you want chaos in your house. I've been trying to tell the girls as well, you need to start cleaning up your rooms because puppies chew everything, including yarn. So I need to move my yarn far away from the puppy. So you can't really expect the doors to be closed, because you know that you forget it. And then I had it when I got my puppy. I was 7 years old when I got my puppy, Tibetan Spaniel, and I had a lovely collection, quite a few My Little Ponies at the time. I'm born in the 80s. I don't have a single one left. They were all chewed up. I've explained this to Minu several times now, because she has like these new My Little Ponies that I must say I don't really like. You can't brush their hair. Well, you know, but I've seen that they've got new, they've done like the vintage ones that I used to play with. They've recreated them, because I guess my generation now has kids and we kind of go, oh, we want the old ones. So they're making them again. There we go, see, like that. Okay, and there we are. Check it out. Fasten them as well. Check it out. That's our After Effects Goes Granny Square completed. Now let's see, I've got my complimentary, and check that out. Perfect fit, I would say. So I've really enjoyed making this with you guys, and obviously you can just add on granny squares in any way, shape or form. Do several of these. You can add the complementary square. You can do the complementary square in several different colors. The combinations are endless for this, so I really hope that you've had a great time. Please do use the hashtag the After Effects Goes Granny Square, because it's so much fun for us to find your pictures and the creative things you do. Please join us here for more crochet fun on YouTube, because we're going to have more things coming up. And other than that, SistersInStitch.com. Me and Tess say thank you for joining us. Until next time, guys. Bye!